guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial will be on how to make a bustier with a yoke, sweetheart yoke. So on this tutorial, I was talking on how to make a bustier with a yoke using this lace fabric and net. That's what I'll be working with. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create my basic body first. So I'm going to be marking the half length of what I have, the half length. So this is my start point. I'll go ahead and mark my shoulder measurement. Then 1 inch from there down. This is for my shoulder slope. Then from there, I'll be marking inserting my shoulder measurements again. Alright, this is to get my chest line. Alright, now coming to this neck area, I'm also going to be marking 3 inches for my neck width. Then I'll connect it to my shoulder slope, the 1 inch I marked already. Okay, then from here I'm going to divide my armhole measurement by 2 to get my armhole curve. Then this is the half of it. I'll come in by half an inch using my curve. I'll connect it inside, connect it to my chest line. So this is what I have. Then the next thing I'm going to be marking is my bust line, my under bust. So my under bust is 16 inches. The person I'm working for, or the measurement I'm using to work, the person is very busty. Okay. So from here now, I'm going to be coming up by 5 inches to get my bust line or my nipple points. Okay, so this is what I have. So this is my shoulder, my armhole, the chest line, the nipple points or my bust line, then my under bust and my waistline. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and mark my nipple to nipple. So I have 4.5 inches for my nipple to nipple. So from the center point, I'm going to be marking 4.5 inches. Then I'm going to connect it from this nipple point now line. I'm going to connect it to my waistline. Alright. So now on the waistline and on the under bust line, I'll be marking on the under bust line. I'll be marking 1.25 inches on both sides. Then on the waistline, I'm going to be marking 1 inch. You can decide to mark 1 inch on both sides. Okay, so this is what I have. Then next thing is I'm going to divide my shoulder measurements. What I have left for my shoulder, I'm going to be dividing it into 2. Half of it is here. Then I'll go ahead and connect it to my nipple point or my bust line. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make use of my curved rule. From this under bust line, I'm going to be connecting it to my nipple points. connecting it into my nipple point or my bust line. This is what I have here. Then I'm going to place my tape back to my shoulder. Where do I want my yoke to start from? Like where my yoke is going to be. So I'll be working with 6.5 inches, which is here. I'm going to mark it. So at this 6.5 inches, I'm going to be coming in by 1 inch on both sides of my line. Then I'm going to connect it back to my nipple point or my bust line. Alright, so you can decide to make a rule towards this end. So now the next thing I'm going to do now is, how deep do you want your yoke to be? Do you want it to rest on your chest line, or do you want it to be on your nipple point, or do you want to anywhere you want it to be? So I want mine to be 1/2 inch above my nipple point or my bust line here. So I'm going to make use of my rule now to make a curve. I've connected it in from this point. I connected it in. Then from here now, I'm also going to make a curve towards this area. This is what I have. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is, I'm going to go ahead and insert my round measurements. Then whatever you removed, like here now we have removed 2 inches, I'll be adding it here plus extra 2 inches seam allowance. The same thing goes for this one. I'll remove it here, then add it back to this. So I'll go ahead and connect it together. My neck width for my front. So how deep do you want your upper neck to be? So I'll be working with 5 inches. I don't want it to be a turtleneck, so 5 is okay by me. So I'll go ahead and mark it. Then we'll now cut this out. So this is what I have, alright, for my front. Then we will now draft the back. So you can still label it. This is our yoke. So the next thing I went ahead to do was to transfer this my pattern paper. I transferred it to my fabric. So this is the lace fabric. Then I'm using a doll face as an interfacing for it. All right. Then I'm using a breast wadding too, a breast pad for it. So now I'll go ahead and join my cups together. Okay. So I went ahead to transfer the pattern paper from my yoke to my tool. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and run a stitch on the neck area, then turn it out and run a stitch on this down part of it. Then this is my bustier. After joining it together, this is what I have. All right, this is what the inside looks like. So I'll go ahead and also do the same thing to the lining part of it. Clip of how I made the neck area. So what I went ahead to do was I went ahead and stitched my neck, then stitched the down part of it, which is here. Then the next thing I did was to join the two cups together. That's my main bustier and the lining. I use the lining to turn it out. So now I'm going to go ahead and join my cup, the bustier, to the down part of my gown.